Hi Miles, it's nice to meet you again. Really enjoyed the literature session earlier. We're here at Beverley. Tell us a little bit.
Okay, well, my name's Miles Cain. I work as a writer and a musician and storyteller. So I wear different hats depending on what I'm doing. But this weekend at Beverley, I've been hosting a couple of poetry sessions with some writer friends of mine. And I've been reading a few poems from a collection that will be coming out in autumn of 2011. And I'll be doing some gigs around North Yorkshire and East Yorkshire to promote that collection when it comes out. So for quite a few years I was very interested in music, and I still am. Although in recent years writing has kind of almost taken over in a way. And I'm going to read a poem from my collection. The collection is called The Border, and it comes out in autumn 2011. And this is the first poem in the collection. It's called Instructions for Downloading the Human Heart, and I wrote it after my brother said to me that he was looking forward to being able to download Spanish into his brain, which I thought was quite an interesting idea. And of course medicine and science is gradually, very slowly, starting to encroach onto the human body. So this is Instructions for Downloading the Human Heart. It's easy. All you need is super fast broadband and the right chip harboured in your chest, nesting between lung and sternum. Make yourself comfortable. Slide a credit card from brown leather and attach yourself to the port, the flesh-coloured wire. Wait for 9 hours. Try to stay calm. There's a graphic you can watch. As the heart blooms within you, it fleshes out on screen, bulging with life. Hear that thud, keeping time. Afterwards, I'll guarantee your blood will speed through arteries and veins, white and red cells motor through an internal roller coaster. You'll feel decades shrivel, find evenings pulse with possibility, desert your bed when birds proclaim dawn. Your skin may glow. One last thing, the heart is just an engine, a valve of sorts. That other stuff, anger, jealousy, compassion, etc., all of that is up to you. Ready now? Deep breath, sharp scratch. Here we go.
You're going to read us another one.
Yeah, sure. This poem is called Shouting Down the Moon. And I was sat at the computer one day trying to think of something intelligent and interesting to write, and I just had this kind of flash of inspiration, really. I thought, what if a man loses his job one day and he goes to the pub to have a few drinks to drown his sorrows, and then as he's tottering home he sees the moon and he starts sort of taking out his frustration and his anger on the moon. So this is called Shouting Down the Moon. Sour day, job lost, 4 pints dropped to a crater of stomach. I sprayed my borrowed confidence on a damp alley wall. Slalom streets to my door, dropped keys. Swore at shoes, looked up, saw it there, a bright spectator. What you looking at? Just because you've been studied, sung about, painted, prayed to, landed on? So what if you've dictated sleep, tides, times of month? Come down here if you're so special. The moon slid behind cloud. I scrambled for bed, awoke with a planetary head. Searched the window, saw grey rain eclipsing sky. Sighed, wished I had stars dancing across my orbit, never feeling the pull of redundancy or hangovers. Up there, past planes and satellites, where gravity counts a little less. Shall I do one more?
Yeah.
I'll do one more. For a while I worked in a prison in East Yorkshire as writer-in-residence, which was an interesting role, but also quite a challenging one, and at times quite a difficult one. One of the interesting things about prison is that you learn a lot about life from the other side of the tracks, as it were. And while I was there, some of the offenders were telling me that a mobile phone is the most valuable commodity that they can get inside prison. Of course, they're not allowed them, but by different methods they manage to smuggle them into the jail. And they are hugely valuable commodities within prison. So this is called phone. Phone. His face makes no calls as he leaves visits with the world stuffed up his arse. Possibility injures his step. On the wing, fever and music jump on the landings as an accent yells for peace, and he pulls blood and stink from inside himself, feels the buttons, balances risk against a tattoo, cleans it, nests it in the stained mattress with 30-fingered queens. After bang up, he sends his need in 40 characters. Sweat cools his palm as the message clicks away, escaping every wall and sudden door. He imagines a pure and delicate bird landing on a palm inside a car. The bird is singing, soon, soon.
Really good. Yeah. Can you tell us a little bit more about it?
Sure. Well, I mean, I've always been interested in different aspects of the arts. For a long time it was music, but at the same time I was interested in writing, and that in a way has become, well, not the only thing that I do, but one of the main things that I do. And I also do storytelling work in schools as well. So my life is kind of, you know, involved in music and writing and storytelling, and those are the things that I'm very passionate about and spend a lot of time pursuing. But it's hard, sometimes it's hard to do all those things as well as I would like. I'm a glutton for punishment by diversity, really. Sometimes I think I should be focused more on one thing and just do that as well as I can, but I like to be able to do different things. So this weekend I'm comparing some poetry performances at Beverley, and it's great to be able to read with some friends of mine. Yeah, I suppose it's always been about different aspects of communication. I suppose it's always been a kind of a drive to speak in a way, whether it's through music or whether it's through story or whether it's through poems, but there's certainly always a drive towards communicating in some fashion. That's been kind of my the thing that I've always done, and it's nice to just do that in different ways, really. But yeah, I do enjoy doing the writing. It's great. We don't necessarily always write autobiographically. Sometimes you can write about something that you've read about that's another person or an historical situation. But I think often it comes back to your own self, your own sense of yourself, your own journey. And you have to have some sort of empathy through your own experience of other people's experience in order to write about them. So I think there's a lot of truth in that, yeah. I think the writer has to be, they have to have a strong sense of their own emotional connectedness and their own journey, I think, in order for that to come through in the words and the writing, definitely. The idea of that project was that offenders would engage in creative writing and in reading and in group work to help with their creativity and hopefully to help them think about their life and their offence. It's working in prison isn't an easy thing. There's a lot of different issues that kind of impinge on the work, really. There's a lot of distractions. Oddly enough, there's a lot of distractions for those guys, so it's not always an easy thing. But there were some good things. You know, we had a guitar workshop. We did that with them for a while. We did some drama, and we ran a magazine as well. So there were some good things. Yeah, lots of work in schools, storytelling, and take the guitar in and do performances with the kids and engage them in writing their own stories and poems. So that's really good. I enjoyed that. It was great. Well, this autumn, 2011, I'll be doing a tour around East Yorkshire and North Yorkshire, and all the information will be on my website. So if people put Miles Cain, Milescain, into the internet search engine, hopefully they'll find me and they'll find all the information. And also I've got a few bits and pieces on YouTube now, so they can find out a bit about me there as well. No, thank you very much, Yorkshire Gig Guide, for having me back again. It's nice to see you. Thank you.